Hello. I tried to go live on Facebook. I've had nothing but problems, so I'm coming here onto Instagram. Let's wait and see who jumps on. Hello, SJ. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know. I've just had no end of issue on Facebook, so I need to know that people can hear me. Please. I don't know. Wait, can you hear me? Okay, good. Were you over on Facebook too, Jameson1697? And it wasn't working? Let's hope that it's okay. So everyone can hear me. Okay. Carly, hello. We're going to get there. Even if it kills us. Someone can say they can hear me, so I'm just going to go. Okay, you went back. I'm assuming you can all hear me because you said you can hear me. So I'm going to flip the camera. Hopefully you can still hear me now. And I'm just going to roll. So I've got my sunshine leggings. I'm starting with... Okay, good. I'm starting with this fabric from So Unique Fabrics. I've got one front piece and one back piece. And what I'm doing is I am aligning my crotch seams. And I'm going to clip down here. So we're just clipping down here. And we'll do that on both sides. So we'll line up our top side as well. Do we do that? Yeah, we do, don't we? Here. So that's the side, yeah. So we do this. How's everybody's day been? I need some interaction tonight. It's been a high anxiety day, so tell me about your days. Tell me what you're sewing, what you're working on. I need to know. So we'll just clip down here. And now I'm going to take this over to my overlocker. You can all come with me. And I'm going to sew from my crotch seam all the way down. Well, I'm actually going to sew from the bottom to the top because that makes me feel better today. All right. So I changed out my left needle to a pink because I wanted it to be a little bit spish. So I got one. Now I'm going to do the other side. Leggings come together so quickly. You managed to kill... Oh, a banana. That's no good. What are you going to get next? I saw a banana, but it's a very old one. And I would actually love to get a new one. I don't really need a new one. I just want one. Okay, I will flip you all around. Hello. Hopefully you like seeing my face. A bit technologically challenged today. Sorry if you're getting sick. Okay, so I've done one leg. And what will happen is we'll turn it out, turn it the right way out. Look how funky that is. So cool. So now we get the other leg and do the exact same thing that we just did. So we get our, what's that? The back piece, I think. And, no, that's the back piece. The crotch is deeper. So we get our pieces and we align the crotches, right sides together. I know, isn't it amazing? We align our pieces right sides together at the crotch. And we're going to sew down here. I know, isn't it amazing how now I want to make myself a pair of leggings out of. I should check if there's any sports lacquer left. But I'm going to sew from the top because I'm a naughty girl. I'm just going to... I'm not going to clip it this time. Clip it. And let's just see if I... How does this go? Do we like this as a view? I'm so annoyed I couldn't get my other thing to work on Facebook. So if you didn't see on Facebook, I had it set up so that you could see my face like this, but I also had a camera down angled on my machine, but I think my processor's too old, so I'm gonna have to play with that. Because that would be really cool if I could talk to you like this, and you can see, like, there was the main screen was the overlocker, and then there's this little screen with my face. And anyway, I'll just have to deal with it later. So hopefully you like this view. I don't know if you want to see more of the machine. Open to feedback as always. So tomorrow my camera's going to fall off. It's jumping around like crazy. Tomorrow I am probably going to upload my latest Brindle and Twig one, which is cool. So we've got our two pieces. One we leave wrong sides together. We grab our one that's turned out right, and what I do is I load it up on my arm like this. And then I get my other leg and you put it inside. Doesn't have to go all the way to the end. But what you're going to do now is line up your crotch seams like so. And then put a clip in it. And then you line up your crotch curves. So I think that's the back. Maybe pop some clips in it. And when you've got fabric that is like stripes or something, you want to try and get it pretty close to what it was, because otherwise it's not going to line up. It's going to look a bit weird. So we'll line up our little curvy worvies. Okay. All right. So now that we've clipped that, we're going to sew our curves, so our crotch curves. So I think this is the back coming around to the front, so we just sew all the way around. crotch seam, important to get right. Oh, this is gonna... Is it a knot? Like, is the camera jumping a lot? I'm not sure. Let me know. Oh, it's moving around, isn't it? It's not my night tonight. So then we just turn it all right side out. And look. Looking good. They're all a bit wishy-washy, but anyway. That is part of our leggings almost done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to do the other pair because the next bit, well, the next bit is attaching the waistband, but I'm going to do the other pair. So we're going to grab our fabric from Clover & Co. and start again. So we get our back piece and then we get our front piece. Right sides together. Match up your crotch curve, crotch corner, and sew from top to bottom. Do we have any questions so far? I would encourage all you to clip, but I'm naughty. Let's go. Okay. And then we do the same to the other side, but we sew from the top all the way to the bottom. One leg done. Do you prefer this view, like looking at me like this, or would you prefer if I flipped the camera and focused on just the machine? Do the other leg. So again, we put our piece there and then right sides together, matching up our crotch curves. And then sewing, that's this side, sewing the crotch seams together. Keeps jumping. Not a good night for me and technology. Okay. Go this way. Still hear me too. All right, so we've got our other leg. Again, we turn one the right way out, then load it up on your arm and insert it into this one. And line up your crotch curves. So I like to line mine up, put a little clipperoo in, and then line up your back curve, clip, and clip. Did anybody buy this pattern this week? Or the Be Mine cardigan? Love the Be Mine cardigan. It is my favourite. Okay, clip and clip. Now I'll do this one. Okay. You keeps moving. Oh dear. Alright, this one is now finished as well. See how quick leggings come together? Another cute pair. So now what I'm going to do, I'll bring you up to me, is we need to attach our waistbands. So I've already cut the waistbands and I'm going to just join them quickly on my machine, on my normal sewing machine, and then I'll show you how we're going to attach it to the band. So you can come over here with me. This is already set up for twin needling, so it's just gonna, I don't think I can. Okay. So we'll do this. So now what I do is I quarter my waistband. So I'll just clip these. And if you've joined me on a live before, you'll know that I'm a big fan of quartering waistbands and neckbands because it just makes a really big difference in terms of the finish. So I'll just quickly quarter these. Again, if you've got any questions, please put them down there. We're a very quiet bunch tonight. How's everybody's day? Where are you joining me from? Are you in Melbourne? Are you in Sydney? Tassie? Let me know. Going to Queensland next week, so I'm a bit excited about that. So again, quarter it. So I've just got the back in half, which gives me the front. Pin. And then I open it up and align my pin with my back. That gives me my other quarter. One quarter. And my other quarter. Now I get my leggings, and these are already quartered, which is handy. Oh, outskirts of Sydney. What was the weather in Sydney like today? It was a little bit miserable here in Melbourne. So you will always know where the back is on leggings because the back, the rise is up a little bit to make sure for your beauty. Hello, Tasmania. So you can always tell where the back is because that rise is a little bit higher because it accounts for the bum. So I can tell that's my back, so I'm going to get one of my pieces of elastic, align it at the back, and get my clips. And I'm going to clip this one, and then I'm just going around and getting my quarter points aligned to all my seams. Clip. So what we do is we attach the elastic with the overlocker and then we flip it over, and you can either cover stitch, twin needle, or zigzag stitch it on. So that's our first pair. Looking good. So as you can see, the elastic will sit on the inside and we'll attach it, we'll sew or overlock along the top. And then what we do is we flip it down and we twin needle or zigzag or cover stitch on the outside. And then that gives us our covered elastic band. So that's the first one. Pop the next one on. My daughter's a little bit in desperate need of leggings. She loves wearing them, so she wears them out. Okay, so we've got our side point. Then I think after I finish this live, I will finish a test that I started earlier. Okie doke. Last one. I don't like to use pins when I'm using my overlocker. So I'm petrified that I'll sew over one, which would not be good. So there we go. We've got our second pair. So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to try flipping it. Seeing if this is any better. You can tell me which view you preferred. So I'm just going to start from the back. I might do it this way so you can see what I'm doing as I do it. And all I'm going to do, move this around. Is basically line up the edge of the raw fabric with the edge of my elastic. Now it doesn't matter if I go a little bit over and cut a little bit of elastic off, but I'm trying really hard not to and basically just get it all lined up. So if I need to, I can gently stretch. It's almost 1-to-1 on this one though. Just go around like so. And then almost back to the start. Yeah, it's not good. I let a student use my machine once and they overlocked a pin and I was not happy. Okay. Let's have a look. So that is our elastic attached now. Excuse me. So then what we do is we flip it over and we stitch it down. But I'm going to do the other one now. Like this. So I'll flip it back over. Welcome to those who are just joining us. Please jump in, say good day. I like when people talk to me so I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. So now I will attach the second elastic waistband. So again, I'm just trying to make sure my raw edges are aligned and I don't want to go over the elastic if I can help it. However, it's not the end of the world if we do. And this one's almost 1-to-1 in terms of elastic and fabric, so I don't really have to stretch it that much. But sometimes you may have to. Okay. Done. Okay. So, we now have 2 pairs of pants ready to stitch down our elastic and do our hems. So now I'm going to take you over to my normal machine. And I might do all of this one like this, I think. I'm going to move this. Got too many things happening now. Okay, so hopefully you can all see that. So I'll start with the twin needling because that's what I've got set up in my machine. So I've got my twin needle in, I'm using a 4mm, I've got my 2 spools of thread up here, I've got it on straight stitch set to 0 stitch width because it's a straight stitch, and my stitch length is set to about 3. So now I'm going to get my first pair. We'll do the colourful ones. And what I'm going to do is flip it over, and all I'm going to do is pop a couple of clips in, and by a couple I mean 1 at the quarter points again, just to make sure that we're not going too off, like off grain, I guess, or off, you know, like off track, that's what we want. So I'll do that. Oh, I need my little tags. So I use these tags here. I got them made through AliExpress. If you need the details, just let me know. No, I made a 6.79. So I actually made a size 6 width and 7 length because I made these for my daughter, a different pair, and they were just a tiny bit too short, I think. So I'll pop that label under there. And now what I'm going to do is put this under here. And what I'm aiming for is I can feel the edge of my elastic here. I want to sew just above it. So my needles are going to hit probably just above it. So as I'm sewing, I'm going to be feeling for that elastic. So I'll just start. Oh, come on. And I'm going to gently stretch it as I go. I've got a feeling my bobbin's not happy. Ooh, let's have a look. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. Look at that thread nest. Not happy chappy. But I'm just going to start again. I'll go over it. It's for my daughter, so she's not going to care. So I'm going to start again. Just go over my bits. So again, I'm just feeling for the edge as I go. I'm just gently pulling it as I go, making sure it's not stretched, but it's taut. And I'm feeling for that edge of the elastic as I go along. It's a bit tricky with the camera here, but okay, let's have a look. How are we going? All right. So there we have our first. Oh, it's so wobbly. It's hard to do with the camera. But Gemma's not going to care. So that is our first elastic waistband put down. So now with the hem, the legs, I'm just going to trim back the overlock thread. And all I'm going to do to hem these is fold it up like, I don't know, a centimetre. Drop it under here. And again, I'm feeling for that sort of edge of the fabric. So we'll just go all the way around. And up. And there we go. That's the twin needle. So it's a good idea to tie those off before you clip them. Now I've got a tiny bit of tunneling happening here, which is this raised bit. If I steam that out, it should sit quite nicely. So I'll do my other leg. Like so. Just go all the way around. Okay. There's my other one. So I won't trim those off yet because I want to tie it off, but I'll turn you back so I can hold them up. So here's our first pair of leggings done. So again, like I said, I'll tie those off before I clip them. And I didn't get it very nice along here because it's hard to do around the camera. But that's twin needling, so you know, you don't need to have a fancy cover stitch machine to hem your knit garments. However, I think it's nice. And I had planned to have a cover stitch pair like ready to go and I would show you, but like I said, it's been a really bad anxiety day, so we're just getting what we get at the moment. If you want to know more about twin needling, it is actually the so tell me about it, like the mini episode in my Patreon this month. So anybody who joins at the Coverstitcher level will get access to that. It's about a 10-minute video and it goes into more depth about twin needling. And that will stay there forever. Like once you join, that's yours to look at. But now I'm going to change out my needle and we're going to do zigzagging. I had to think about that for a minute. So I'll turn you back. But as you can see, I have a pretty old machine and it twin needles beautifully. So I'll change out my needles. What am I going to do? Let's use that one. So again, if you've got any questions, just let me know. But twin needling is a really good one to master, especially if you don't have a cover stitch and you like sewing with knits, because it really does give your garments that little bit extra And I think you'll be surprised at how much it levels up your sewing. Okay, so I've taken that extra thread out, we'll rethread our machine. And if anybody has any questions about Patreon, I'm more than happy to answer them. I know it's been, getting used to it is something new. Okay, so I now have one spool, one needle. I'm going to change my stitch to a zigzag. I'm going to go the full 4 width, and about a 3 is fine. So I'm going to get my other pair of leggings, my clover ones. I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I folded over the waistband and put some clips in it, just to help me keep on track as I go around. So we'll do that one, and then the final one here. I've got my wrong one, label here. Put that at the back. And now I'm just going to sew. Same as with the twin needle, I'm feeling for the edge of the elastic. So we'll start. Just go back a little bit. Back a little bit. And then I'm just gently pulling it as I go. Making sure I'm not going over everything. And just making sure I'm catching that edge of the elastic. So I actually think a zigzag can look really effective because it's a decorative stitch of sorts. But the brindle and twig tutorial that I think is going to release tomorrow, actually sewed an entire garment on my machine. Just to show you, you don't need a fancy machine. You don't need a fancy overlocker. It is preferable, but you can sew your knits on a normal machine as well. Okay, there we go. Got a couple of skip stitches, but that's probably because I went fast. So that's our waistband done. Beautiful. So now I just do the same for the legs. So I'll clip those off. Fold it up. And sew around. Feeling for that edge to try and get it sort of as close to the edge as I can. Okay. All right. Okay, first one. Looking good, Shazza. See? Cute. And now the other side. This is the last thing we need to do for this one. All right. Okay, And that is that one done as well. So I'll turn you back. Hello. I think we've lost a few of you, but hopefully a few of you got something out of it. So I'm just going to clip these threads on this one. Because I backstitched the zigzag one, I can clip off my threads. But the twin needle one, I will tie those ones off on the underside. Done. So we have 2 new pairs of sunshine leggings. One in a gorgeous Clover & Co print, My Kingdom for a Flower. They are a size 6 width with a size 7 length. And that is our zigzagged pair. Zigzag pair. And then we have our glitter rainbow ones. Again, size 6 width, size 7 length. Twin needled. Not so great at the front because I was going too fast. And our twin needle hems. Perfect. So again, it has tunneled a little bit, but I'm going to give that a really good steam on my iron and it will probably fix itself up because it'll help the fibres just shrink and go back to what they were. And I'm going to tie these ends off now so that they don't come apart. If you've got any questions, let me know. Like I said, this month's Patreon extra tutorial, like the additional tutorial, is all about twin needling. So it goes into more depth about how to use it and what settings and things like that. So if you want to learn more about that and you're keen to learn about that, jump on to there. If you've got any questions about it, more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, I hope you all have a good week. I probably won't do another workshop Wednesday until it's probably going to be another 2 or 3 weeks because we're away. So I'm not going to get a chance. So it might not be until the end of October now. But hopefully you learnt something. As always, I'm here if you need me. And I look forward to seeing you all around. Good night, everybody.